every day and work with the children.
It keeps the children engaged, it keeps us motivated.
Everyone can be involved with the little different things.
Victoria Park is a junior school. We have 240 children, 2 form entry. Our catchment area is very diverse, with almost half of our children coming from areas of severe social deprivation. ICT is a very important tool within our school. We realised quite early on that as a motivating factor, it's second to none, used wisely. Children really respond well to it, they find it engaging and exciting as well.
I teach a Year 6 middle ability group, which is mixed ability, and TurningPoint allows me to differentiate by grouping each of the keypads into a specific levelled group, so I can actually monitor my target group within that lesson and look to see how they've done against the actual objective that I've set for them.
Good morning, Year 6. Our focus for today is the 6 times table. As you can see, if we move on to the next slide, I'd like you to put the correct...
I've used TurningPoint to assess the children on their 3 times table, the 4 times table, and I've identified that in Year 6, for my middle ability group, that their problems lie within the 6 times table.
1, and make sure your votes are in.
Setting up slides in TurningPoint involves opening up PowerPoint. I found it quite easy initially to just add these few things from the new taskbar within PowerPoint. The basic setting up of a slide, inserting a generic slide, takes minutes to do.
The first subject other than maths and English we did was science.
Yeah.
And it was that period of time just before the SATs when we were doing lots of revisions, so it was a really nice, easy way to get in. Quick reviewing, because we had games like Science Bingo that we used quite a lot, so there were lots of different subjects going on, and so you could cover things very quickly just picking out key facts.
Introducing the topic is where TurningPoint could potentially really suit the children. As they look at what they've known at the beginning of the session, you do the learning activity and then review it at the end.
To get the ideas for TurningPoint, occasionally your teacher will tell you what subject you need to use, or you can think up your own, and we normally work in little groups so everyone has their own ideas and we put them all together and it makes a great TurningPoint.
It's a very good tool for developing questioning skills. Because obviously they've got to think carefully about the question they're going to ask, they've got to think about the answer behind it, and I like the fact that the children have to think about the obvious answers that people might give that are wrong.
Assessment for learning has been a real focus within our school, particularly in the last year, hasn't it? So how's that TurningPoint assisted us really in using that in the classroom?
Well, in September we brought in into the Big Right scheme by Ros Wilson, and there's a punctuation karate section, kung fu punctuation. And it does work quite well, but one of my concerns was that the children weren't necessarily all being engaged. So what I did was I put it into a TurningPoint slide, so the children then selected them according to the number, and instead of bringing up a graph to show who'd answered what correctly, it actually then plays the little animation that goes with it. And so the children were really engaged. They were all participating in that activity with the kung fu punctuation. And I was then able at the end to see those children who were not quite so secure on different parts of punctuation, and most importantly, the bits of punctuation that the children weren't 100% sure on using.
I think our teaching team could be characterised as inspirational.
It's a very good tool for developing questioning skills.
TurningPoint provides that anonymity that no other resource within school provides for the children.
We make the learning situations vibrant and fun as we can.